Hey short sellers, my name is Simon and today we're going to go over the trades of April 1st to April the 4th. This week alone we made more profits than we did in all of the month of March. That March was extremely slow and April is looking really good so far. Before we get started, do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and comment below. I am giving away one free lifetime membership to all of our premium channels and our course to one lucky winner once we hit 250 subscribers. So let's have a quick look here. So we're going to start with 𝐼CCT because this one here did the trade many times. And we're just going to go back to the first trade here that we did. Alright, so 𝐼CCT, we identified a pivot point right here and a resistance. So we took both trades and this thing went up 1500%. And then usually we cover these purple lines, but if you notice this trade here, it never touched the purple or even the yellow until right up here. So this is when we think that the price will start coming down, and which in fact it did. It was a great call from our part, and we covered at 255. I was very happy with that, even though it tanked a little bit more. But 255, you don't go broke taking profit. So this trade here alone would have been a $1,350 win. Then over here, this trade here, we identified a resistance point here. We took the position here. It pumped a little bit, not a big deal. And it covers right here at this purple line. And this one here would have been a nice win of $410. And then the following day, it decided to pump again, and we took an SS2 trade right here, and we covered at the midpoint. And the reason why we covered the midpoint on Fridays is because if for any reason this stock decides to go sideways for a very long time or it pumps later on, I don't want to hold this overnight. It is a fee for 3 overnights because you have to pay for Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So on the Fridays, we do the midpoint. But if this was any other day, it would have been covered right here. Take the position when it goes above the blue line and cover again right here. So we could hit this one twice if this was not a Friday. And this one here would have been $575 right here. Next is VMAR. VMAR, this one here is an SH1. So this one here is a halt strategy. Once it halts, a couple times, we do a limit order, and it put us in at 856. And we cover here at the purple line right here at 554. So this trade here was $755. Now these profits that I'm giving you is on a $50,000 account. Now we do not trade $50,000 per trade. This is how you blow up accounts. We trade such a small share position that the chances of us being stopped out are very slim, close to none. And then the next day, it did the exact same thing for VMAR. I actually, unfortunately, missed this one here. I was busy, but most of the people in our Discord took it, and it did entry right here. It would have been $7.84 for the entry, and you close here at $5.84. So there's been like this to right here, $5.50. So $2.36 per share, which would have been a really nice trade. So this one here would have been $755 on this first pump right here. Next we have APVO. APVO, this one here was an SS1 trade. Let me just find it right here. So we took, it held it a couple times. We waited till it closed below the blue line, and then we waited all the way to this purple line. So this one here, APVO, was a nice trade of $720. Then we have 𝐼REB. This one here we actually hit it twice, but this is the first time that we got the trade done. So we hit it on a pivot point right here. We took again at the resistance, and if it would have went to 10.67, we would have taken the trade here too. But it tanked down, and we did a nice profit here of $3.01 per share. So this here was a $3,000 win, $3,010 win. Then a couple later, it decides to pump again. So I did not, but some of the members in our group took this resistance point right here. And because this is a Friday, you cover midpoint. So they went from here to here. Boom. A nice little quick trade. Right, so $2, really nice. And then this is where I came in. At this resistance point here. And then over here is an SS3. So I took a second position here. And I covered when I noticed that it's being rejected by this blue line. So same thing, it's a Friday. I don't play with fire, so I decided to cover when I can. I was hoping that it would touch this midpoint, but it never did. It was close. And when I saw that it rejected that and it came back up, we closed right here for a nice win. So this one here was, so the first 𝐼REB trade, this one right here, would have been, yeah, the $3,010 win, and this one here would have been a $2,230 win. So huge wins on 𝐸𝐵. Then we have SBFM. Let's have a look. SBFM. SBFM. So SBFM is right here. So this one here, it pumped, but it followed the blue line quite a bit here. So this position here, I was sleeping. This I was awake, but I want to be a little more patient. I want to see what was happening at open. So when this candle here, the first candle at the 9:30 was red, I did my limit order right here. Boom, I got in and I got out right here. So SBFM was a nice win of $390. Then we have RSLS. So this one here, this pump here was crazy. The locates were so expensive, we couldn't even get in even if you wanted to. And then once the following day, we were able to get a locate right here, and then boom, cover at this purple line. Obviously, it tanked a lot lower, but you don't know what's going to happen, so we just follow our rules and cover at the purple line here. This one here was a $460 win. Then we have TIBC. This one here was actually really sweet because we were able to take this trade twice. So it pumped like this, pumped up again. We took a position right here and we covered down over here. So this one trade here was $540 win, and then it pumped up again. And the beauty of being in a short selling Discord group is that I was busy and I can trade from my phone, and somebody in the Discord just said, hey, you know what? TIBC is back up above the blue line. It's a good trade. So I actually got in right here at 525. So anywhere above the blue line would have been a sweet entry. So I got at 525, and look, it hit this purple line again. So that second trade was $555. Then we have SOBR. This was a nice SH1 trade again. Let me find it. There it is. So because this was on a Friday, you know, halt, enter here, get in up here at 640, and we covered at the midpoint for a nice little win of $402. But if you look here, boom, it hits our preferred profit target, which is the purple line. So this, like if it wasn't a Friday, you know, we would have made $2 instead of $1.60. Okay, and then BDRX, that was a very quick one. BDRX. So I don't trade this early, but you know, somebody would have gotten in here, got out midpoint because it's a Friday, got back up in here, get out midpoint because it's a Friday, but it ended up hitting our profit target anyways. But Fridays, like I said, we don't screw around, we just take it at the midpoint and we are happy, and that's it. A lot of short sellers actually don't trade on Fridays just because of that triple overnight fee, but we do, we just take it at the midpoint. And then the last trade is AEHL. Sorry, this one here was a BDRX $240 win. And this one here was a little bit later in the day. You don't, I'm done trading around noon, but like I said, somebody in the Discord said, hey, it touched the pivot here, so I entered here, and then you just wait it out. Boom, here's the midpoint, and this one here is a $300 win. So all in this month, if you have taken all the trades, is a 24% account growth. In March, we only did 21%. So in this 1 week, we made more money than we did in all of March. So this week alone would have been an $11,937 win, which is huge. So do head into our Discord if you are a penny stock short seller. I promise you it's going to be worth your time checking this out. Yeah, the description is the link below, and we'll see you in the next one.